I want to talk a little bit about attracting that soulmate. Had you ever written a list of what your 10 out of a 10 relationship or soulmate would look like?
It's really interesting you say that because that's exactly what I wanted to talk about, which is for me, I believe so. I've had three major relationships. My first two were my first relationship was a 10-year marriage. The second relationship was a 22-year marriage. So strong relationships. And this current one, I've been with Christian for 6 years, I think it is. And I loved all my relationships, and I feel that they were all perfect. I don't see them as failures. I see them as perfect. That I was with those men for a long period of time. I loved those men. I still have a deep love for those men, and I'm very grateful for the relationships that I had with them. But I've got to say that I think one of the reasons as to why I attracted such high quality, high caliber partners that I love dearly, even now, even after we're separated with my second ex-husband, we're still great friends. Like we catch up all the time. And so the reason being is that I believe that at the point where I met my past partners and Christian, that I was open minded with all of them. So, in other words, what I mean by open minded was they didn't have to look a certain way, have a certain height, have a certain job, have certain qualifications. So it was like this. I was open minded about the kind of person that I would end up with. But at the same token, there's no way that anybody could come into my sphere that wasn't respectful of me, so wasn't worthy of me.
Yeah. Interesting. So when I was going through my emotional intelligence transformational course, it was just about the time when we got separated and right before Josh passed away. And I remember thinking, in order to have hope again, because as you know, that situation is really hard when you're going through a divorce and you're scared and you're sad and you're angry and all of the emotions. I remember one of my good friends had said to me, write a list of your 10 out of 10 of what you want in a partner someday. And what I learned is, a lot of it is like what we're not getting that we want. And if you're interested, I would love to read you my list. Are you interested? Okay. So I had 17 qualities, and my partner right now, Chad, met every single one of them when I started to consider that we might want to start dating a little bit. And it blew my mind. So here it is: kind, trustworthy, loving, handsome, makes a good living or an entrepreneur, loves to travel, generous, authentic, vulnerable, open, and connected, believes in himself, accepts my family, is respectful and is proud to be with me. I'm proud to be with him, is fun, happy, and joyful, is a good listener and understanding, is healthy and fit, likes to cook with their partner, and enjoys time with friends and alone. And what I realized is, right, those are the qualities that I get to be too. But those were the qualities that were super important to me. And I wrote those down, and lo and behold, 8 months later, that's when he stepped into my life.
So what would have happened, Karen, if he had all of those except he couldn't cook?
I didn't say it was a must have. It was just what my perfect 10 out of 10 was, right? And yes, and I have to laugh because he was single for like he had his two boys, but he was single for a good 8 years, I think. So he actually does know how to cook, and we do cook together. And it was to me, it wasn't like it had to be this, but this is my perfect like 10 out of 10. And it's amazing how when we put it out there, right? Like when we declare things in the universe, that's what we get. So that's my suggestion for anyone that's listening. Write down what a 10 out of 10 looks like for you.
I love it. And you know what I love about that is that your way and my way is actually different and maybe even polar opposite, but we both there is no one way. So you had the list and what I said was I'm open. So I'm really, really open in the kind of person that will enter my world. and you had the list that worked for you and that worked for me. So it just goes to show you that really there is more than one way to attract your perfect partner, but it goes back to being really sure about who you are. Because one thing I said earlier was that with the energy that I'm carrying, which is I feel an energy of deep love for myself. And that's not an egoic love, but a deep compassion for who I am, a deep compassion for my mistakes, a deep compassion for my perceived, stuff ups or whatever. That when you hold yourself in that kind of esteem, you just cannot. A person won't enter your sphere that will dishonor that. Like the energy will misalign. So it's all energy, and we're running at a certain vibration. And so if you're really down on yourself, you're angry at yourself, and you judge yourself, then guess what? You're going to attract in your life someone who's going to treat you like that. Thanks for watching. We hope you loved it.
And if you did, please like this video and subscribe to the channel.
And remember, always connect to your truest essence.
And choose love. We'll see you next time.